Hello, my name is Sarah Jansen, and I'm going to be sharing some thoughts on mentoring today. As you're looking at the rank of diamond and raising up 4 silver leaders, it becomes even more important than ever to gain confidence in this area. So what is mentoring? Mentoring is drawing out the brilliance in others. It's creating the space for your leaders to grow. And as their mentor, you have the ability to inspire and lift them. But it's not your job to motivate them or drag them along. You know what the awesome thing is? You actually don't have to know everything or be a trained life coach to give excellent support to new builders in your team. Just be a true friend, edify and encourage them, help them see their own gifts and brilliance, and help them focus more fully on their strengths and not so heavily on their weaknesses. Mentoring your leaders is more about listening than it is about providing the magical answers. Good leaders ask great questions. That's a book, by the way, by John Maxwell. Empower them to come to the answer themselves and show them where the answers can be found. As you reach toward that goal of diamond, you have the influence and the tools to create other diamonds. Think about that. What a privilege. Or is that a lot of pressure? It doesn't have to be. If you just model these things that we're talking about, your team will follow. They want to follow. Mentoring is more than just mentor calls. It's everything that you are. It's your energy, and your leaders will follow that energy. They're watching you. Whether you think they are watching or not, they are. They watch what you post online. They watch to see if you're teaching classes. They're basically stalking you, especially your newest team members. They're trying to figure out who you are and what this is all about. Are you active online? Are you tagging people? Are you encouraging? Are you responding? They need to see you out there and having a presence within your team. It really gives you credibility and the strength as a mentor. Training videos and video challenges are a really fun thing to do with your team. Your people need to see you. Videos are the most fabulous way to connect with your team. So are you utilizing Facebook Live? This is an amazing and quick way to mentor your team. You can do scheduled videos or just a pop-up tip type video when something comes to mind. I like to keep it, shake it up a little bit, keep them on their toes. And once a month I have my team mentor each other on mentor calls. So I pair them up with people around their same age in doTERRA, and I give them some questions to focus on and have them report back to me. And it always goes splendidly. They love connecting with each other, and they get different ideas from each other, and it's just kind of a new way to think of things. I use Zoom to mentor my team all the time. You can find that at zoom.us. We use it for individual mentoring, group mentoring, large trainings. If you can see somebody's body language while you're mentoring them, it becomes so much easier because you can see things that are coming up for them as they're talking about them. Pay attention to who is engaging with you, who is constantly posting and asking questions, who's active. These are the people that are moving toward you. So engage back with them. If they're not showing up for live calls ever, stop making excuses for them and call them out on it. Talk to them and just let them know your expectations. In my opinion, your qualifying leader should really be on all live calls if possible. And if they aren't showing up for calls, they probably aren't showing up in other areas of their business. So reward them for showing up, empower them, and ask them to write a little training for your page or have them make a video for your team. The best thing you can do for your up-and-coming leaders is to edify them in front of their peers and show them in baby steps how to lead. I ask my silver and up leaders on our team to run weekly training calls and teach on a topic that they are really passionate about, and it helps them to step into that leadership role. And it duplicates. We want to teach our leaders to become like us, right? So that's what network marketing is all about. And you have to give them the space to do that. And lastly, just get real honest and stop fooling yourself into thinking that you're working with builders when you might not be. I'm going to play a little video by one of the greatest entrepreneurs and motivational speakers that has ever lived, Mr. Jim Rohn. Let's see what he has to say about looking for true leaders.
I don't know why we call it self-motivation. It's really the only kind there is. You got to motivate yourself. Because I found out you can't change people. They can change themselves, but you can't change them. Lord knows some I've tried. But see, it won't work. People have to change themselves. I learned some of those lessons early. I built a little sales organization way back in those early days. I'm 25. And I had some nice people. I said, I'm going to make these people successful if it kills me. I almost died. Right? I mean, you can't do that. See, I've discovered this. Good people are not trained, they're found. You find good people. You don't make them good, you find them good. Training really is for the purpose of finding good people. You don't need much instruction for a good person. But too much training probably means you got the wrong people. So you got to find the right people. That's the key to getting a good job done. One of the major things we learn in management, lesson 1, don't send your ducks to Eagle School. Because it won't help. I mean, I'm telling you, it won't help, no matter how good your school is. And the little eagle badge and little eagle hat, I'm telling you, it won't help. It won't help. You can tell whether your school's done any good, right, is when it's over, right? The duck goes for his first rabbit and makes him a friend. You say, no, no, no. Anyway, so it takes self-motivation to really alter your life. And you don't want to give self-motivation away to somebody else and make it somebody else motivating you. The guy says, boy, if somebody just come by and turn me on. What if they don't show up? Right? See, you got to have a better plan for your life.
So does this mean we shouldn't try to see people's potential? No. Should we just give up on anyone that's not moving at our pace? No. But stop falling in love with their potential. In my experience, a slow builder is just someone who still has some growing and self-development to do. They haven't developed themselves into a leader quite yet. They may be an eagle who just forgot how to fly. Their limiting beliefs are keeping them on the ground. And they might think they're a duck when they're really an eagle. So in these cases, I point them in the direction of some resources, say a life coach or an other external coach. And I personally stop mentoring on a weekly basis if they are not teaching and enrolling actively. That is the fruit of self-development in this business. They can definitely still text or email with any issues or questions that pop up, or they can reach out in our Facebook group. But my time and your time is limited, and you need to protect it. I used to work with everyone. Anyone who said that they wanted to build a business with doTERRA, even if there was no movement. So they were super passionate when we talked, but nothing ever happened beyond the talk. Now I spend time working with those who want this with everything they have in their being. And when we stick with people who are not teaching and enrolling for months on end, we do nothing but enable them and enable that behavior. We need to help them by showing them their next step. Sometimes the kindest thing to do is to stop holding their hand and let them heal those limiting beliefs first. That doesn't mean that you aren't still friends with them. It doesn't mean that you can't love them and speak truth into their life. It just means that you aren't holding a spot for them in your schedule. And it means that you aren't the one trying to inspire them into action. That has to come from within them. And when they heal the parts of them that are holding them back, everything becomes clear and easy. The inspiration will be there, and so will the action. On the flip side, an active builder is someone who's moving toward you, someone who's moving their feet and not just their mouth. They're enrolling at least 4 to 5 people a month. They're growing in their skill sets. They're attracting new builders, and they're mentoring their team. And when you stop waiting for that builder to decide to come out of fear-based, slow and steady mode, it frees up space for you to find another builder who will pace with you. So find that eagle. Find somebody who really, really wants it. You might have to go through a lot of ducks to find your eagles. But when you work with those moving towards you and you don't chase, you replace. When you keep chasing, you waste so much time in this business. You mentor and pour your heart into your people, and you never, ever, ever stop enrolling, never, ever, you're going to find success. because you will always possess this amazing gift of helping someone change the entire direction of their life. And that's what mentoring is all about. Okay, so to recap, mentoring is creating a space for your leaders to step into their power and grow, not dragging them into that space and hoping they grow. Mentoring is modeling successful behavior and having a high energy vibe so that your team can follow what you are doing. Mentoring is being wise with your energy and time. Move toward those who are moving toward you. Spend time mentoring those people who are coachable, capable, and committed. And I want to leave you with a few practical tips. The success check-in is a wonderful tool to use when you're mentoring your leaders. I use that regularly. I also use the power mentoring form during the first week of every month to really hone in on what that leader wants from their business and to make sure that they're still on track and that their goals haven't shifted. But whatever tool you use to do your check-ins, just make sure that you're asking them lots of questions so that they can move forward with confidence. It's also important that your check-ins don't turn into hour-long drama sessions, complete with entire backstories of every single thing that happened to them that week. 20 to 30 minutes is the perfect length of time to work with your leaders individually. If you get off track during your call or your Zoom chat, ask them a question to bring them back on track. The question that I like to ask is, what do you truly want? Or what do you want the outcome to be in this situation? It's a good way to come back to the most important stuff. You have everything you need right now to achieve the rank of diamond, so continue to grow and encourage your team to do the same. Have a great day.